Plant of the day today is Orienpet lily. This one is called Black Beauty. Oh, look, I just saw a wasp here. Look, 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 look. She's cleaning her feelers. Oh, so cute. Yes, okay, so this is Black Beauty. Orienpets are a combination of orientals, which are these guys here, and trumpets, which are the ones that are really kind of long and slender. They are very easy to grow. The only thing that I would recommend probably is to have them in rich soil. They don't do well in thin soil. They will underperform, and full sun, otherwise they will lean. They make a wonderful cut flower. They smell interesting. A lot of people really like the way lilies smell. Myself, I have a very sensitive sense of smell, so I find them a little too pungent for my taste. Very popular with pollinators, as you can see. The wasps in particular seem to be really enjoying them this year. What you can do is you can put down a bulb food, or what do you call that? Bone meal at the beginning of the season to bulk them up, and then you can do that again after they finish blooming. They will go dormant usually. The leaves on the bottom frequently will start to go brown as the season progresses, and they'll just slowly, shut down after blooming. That's not anything to be concerned about. They'll always come back, provided that you give them food. If they don't get enough food, they will just sort of, dwindle away, and you won't see them again. I had thought in this bed, and many of my beds actually, that a lot of my bulbs had died, and then I put a huge layer of horse poop on one year while I was renovating, and a whole bunch of bulbs that were still in the ground popped up. So yeah, definitely feed them. If you're starting to see them, not performing as well, try feeding them before giving up on them. They don't need to be pulled. They're very hardy. One thing I will say though is that the pollen, well, all parts of the thing, but the pollen are toxic to cats, like really, really deadly. So if you have cats, probably best to avoid bringing them inside, simply because if the cats get it on their paws or on their fur and then they're grooming, they can get sick or die. So I have 3 cats. Jeez. Oh, sorry, Pippin, I forgot about you. Oh, she would be so mad. I have 3 cats, and I've never ever had an issue. I just don't bring the lilies inside anymore. I used to, before I knew that, I would bring them inside, and I never had an issue then either, but best not to risk it. They don't touch them in the garden, thankfully, and anytime I'm handling them, I wear gloves and then wash my hands very thoroughly afterwards, and my arms and such, so that I'm not passing on any of the sap or any of the pollen to my kitties. These guys have been a little bit territorial about their lilies. It's kind of funny, chasing off other wasps if they get too close. I don't know if these 2 are going to do it or not, but yeah. She's like, piss off. Yeah, so they're very easy to grow. They grow quite tall. You can probably see them up to 6 feet tall. In my garden, about 4 feet tall. I have it paired with some daylilies down here. This black sedum, which is a little bit low, but it kind of brings out the nice dark burgundy on the insides here. You can put them in between other perennials, or you can have them exclusively as a lily garden. Really doesn't matter. They're just very, very showy all around. One thing you can do to beef up the bulb is, once these guys are finished blooming, trim off the top part here, right below where all the flowers have been. And then that way it's not putting energy into setting seed, and it'll just pull more nutrition into the bulb for next year. That goes for perennials as well. If you want to keep them really, really strong, you can deadhead them, and then they're not putting energy into putting out seed. Yeah, so don't put them in a deer area. They will eat them like candy. People said to me that they wouldn't, but they definitely do. And the annoying thing is, my neighbor, not even like 3 houses down, has lilies out in front. And they don't eat his lilies. Bitches. But they eat mine. Oh yes, they eat mine. So yeah, if you If you live downtown or something, you might not have a problem. But if you're living out here in the boonies like I do, then yeah, they're deer candy. So that is Orienpet Lily Black Beauty.